Well, I'm joined by George Hill, clerk of the course here at Newbury, to explain a little bit more about the Super Sprint, because it's a rather unusual concept, because it's not open to every horse, is it? The idea is a big payday for a potentially cheap horse.
That's right, yeah, the Weatherbys Super Sprint, it's been a race long in the calendar at Newbury. It's held on the 20th of July this year. It's got a total prize fund of £250,000, which is the richest race for 2-year-olds only over 5 furlongs of the year.
It's specifically aimed at a certain ceiling of horse, if you like. If you cost more than 65,000, you can't be in it. But then the weights fall depending on how cheap you've gone through the ring.
We go and buy the horses and then put a lot of them in the race that obviously qualify, and then try and run the best ones. And it makes us look a lot cleverer than we are, I tell you that.
If you've been sold through the sales ring as a yearling at £65,000 or below, for every £5,000 below that, you get a £1 allowance to the weight. So that's crucial on a big field race like this. And the colts and the geldings are set to carry 9 stone 5, and the fillies will get a £5 allowance carrying 9 stone.
It's cleverly done though, because obviously sometimes you don't know whether you're going to get a really good horse for a cheap price. But if they come to the Super Sprint already having won races, then they carry penalties, which begins to bump their weight up.
That's right. So the penalty structure is for any Class 2 or a pattern or listed race, they will get a penalty for that on top of their weight, and the lowest weight that any horse at the bottom can get in at is 8 stone 2.
Which I think has thrown up a winner. I think Mrs. Danvers, when she won, went through the ring for like 1,000, yet Relief Rally, last year's winner, just got touched off at Ascot but avoided a penalty. So it's a clever balancing act.
You know, that race is just lovely for that sort of filly, and long may that sort of race last, because a cheap filly that can run for 250 grand off 8 stone, it's a lovely race.
We got 25 maximum field in a race like that with 2 reserves. So the entry stage is done over 4 entry stages, starting off in February. And this year we had 209 initially at the first entry stage, and we're down to 148 that are still in it.
Yeah, but right at the beginning, it was the concept of Richard Hoiles and Lord Carnarvon.
That was just their brains and brilliance. We come on that idea. It was all set up, I think, just to give the smaller owners, for the cheaper horses, big day out and a chance at a big pot. And I think it's a fantastic idea. It was the first sales race of the kind of the day. And now there's loads of them. It's such a good idea. Look how it's taken off.
Yeah, it's thrown up some fantastic horses, and because it comes on, halfway through the year in the 2-year-old campaign, it really have horses that go on, like you say, or come off in the back of a good Royal Ascot run.
So the Super Sprint, it can't cost more than 65,000. The cheaper you are, generally, the less weight you carry. An ideal chance for a cheap purchase to get a really big payday.